similar. Build your relationship on those because we have a lot of something similar initially. Right, brother? Right, sister? Yes, right? Like for example, if the wife were to say that, you know, initially when we first met, together with the parents of course, right? You're asking, what kind of food do you like? Oh, I like noodle. But we don't like noodle actually. Brother, what will you say? That sister say she like noodle. What will you say? You don't like noodle actually. What will you say to the sister? I like noodle too. Now you know, sister, what they are doing. Huh? Okay. You will say, I like it too. Just imagine this. If you were to, during your first meeting, she says she like noodle, and you say, what is so nice about noodle? Rice is better. Do you think you will get married? No way. And this is something that sometimes we start our da'wah on the wrong foot. Because we always go for differences first. Whenever we meet the Christian, we will tell them what is wrong in the Bible. We will tell them what is wrong with their belief in Trinity. They will tell them what is wrong. When there is so much wrong about them, they are not interested who will be coming down to listen to your talk too. So I say, don't worry, it's not very sensitive. But you're talking about other religion. To present, they are like, but there's quite a numbers of non-Muslim there. I presented and I talk about concept of God in world major religion according to their scriptures. I quote from the scriptures, and then at the end, after we have ended the topic, the lectures, those non-Muslim came to me and they say, thank you so much for the wonderful lectures. We do not know that there is so much of similarity between our religion and your religion. Even some of the things that you quoted, we don't even know that is there in our book. Do you have Quran? I say, yes. Can we buy? No, you don't have to buy. Why? Because we'll give you for free. And right after they took our Quran, they go up to their office, and then they come down again while we are still packing, and they say, Brother Firdaus, can I have another 5? I say, why? Because my colleague, when they saw me taking the Quran, they asked me, where do I get it? I say, I get it from you guys, and you guys give for free. And my colleague, they also want it. So I said, take, if you want 10, I will give you 2. If you want 100, I will give you 2. Which means there is no, sensitivity there. The fact is, the way we present. The way we present it. Because we are quoting from the scriptures, we do not misinterpret that. So look for the common terms. And basically, by us going for the common term, you will start to realize there's so much of similarity that will bring them to Islam. They are getting closer to the Suratul Ikhlas. But this is not the training to talk about that. That will be another level. Because this is da'wah made easy. Suppose everyone can do da'wah. You do not need to have that kind of knowledge and expertise like Zakir Naik or Ahmad Didat. You just need to be yourself. You just need to be a good Muslim. That's it. And do some basic da'wah. Now, in a group, I do not prefer to do da'wah in a group, to be honest. I do not prefer that. I will tell you why. One of the reasons is that if there's 2 persons in a group of 3, 2 of them are interested in Islam, but 1 of them are not really interested. That 1 person who are negative, they will drag the remaining 2 to do not become interested in Islam. He will spread the negativity. This is the reason why I don't like it. But if we have 2, this is the way how we present it. Discover and identify the strength of each person. Acknowledge the value of each person's strength and potential and contribution. Invite input and allow people to lead in their areas of strength. What do we mean here is that invite them to participate. If there are 3 people in a group, invite them to participate in your conversation. Do not become a preaching session. It's a conversation. It's a dialogue. Like today we have 100 people. I don't like to talk alone. I don't like to give speech. I like to invite you to participate. When you participate, you will feel value and you will feel that you are part of the training itself. You are not outside of the training. You are together with me. Your input is being valued, is being appreciated. So this is the way how we engage in a group. And the next one, we are talking about connecting in audience, again, a lot of information that we need to share. But key point, express your appreciations for them and the occasions as soon as you can. As you finish, tell them how much you enjoy communicating with them. As you can see, I will do the same thing. Because people love to be appreciated. People love to be praised. But you have to be very genuine. You should not put on an Oscar face and tell them, you know how much I appreciate all of you. No. It must be something genuine coming from your heart that you really thank them and you really appreciate them. And this one, express your appreciation for them. Like we always mention, keep on praising them. Oh, how good if there's more non-Muslim who are like you, who are very open. Praise them, it's fine. Because this genuinely, we as a Muslim, we praise people too. Can we praise non-Muslim? Yeah, we can praise. Even the Prophet ﷺ, when the Treaty of Hudaybiyah, before the Treaty of Hudaybiyah, there are some Muslims that I know, they say, we as a Muslim, we should not praise non-Muslim. I say, what? Yeah, we cannot praise them. It's like we are acknowledging their akidah. I say, since when praising somebody attribute for their good character equal to acknowledging their akidah? This is a wrong formula. Even the Prophet ﷺ, he did praise Suhail ibn Amr. Because he said, this guy is marvelous. This guy is good. When the Prophet ﷺ migrated, hijrah, from Mecca to Medina, his guide is not a Muslim. His guide is Abdullah ibn Arqad, a non-Muslim, a kuffar. But the Prophet ﷺ praised him. Even the Prophet ﷺ praised one of the mushrikeen who do not become a Muslim. During the Battle of Badr, there is a prisoner of war. The Prophet ﷺ said, if Adi ibn Muta'im, he is still alive today, and if he asks me to release all these prisoners, I will just release them. The Prophet ﷺ is praising a non-Muslim. So which means it is something which is permissible for us to praise a non-Muslim, but it have to be genuine. Okay, this is something that you can read as I say. I'm not going through every single one of it. Now, connecting does go beyond the words. As you can see in your notes, which I already took out from my slide, but I will still mention it. Two professors teaching in the same university, using the same syllabus, using the same textbook, teaching to the same group of students, but different result. Two restaurants manager, they are working along with 20 employees, the same employee, giving the same instruction, but why different result? Two parents, to their same kids, but why again different result? The question should be, why different reaction? It's like if a father gives instruction to the son compared to the mom give instructions to the son, who they will listen to more? Mother? Why mother and not father? Mother connect more, or now we are talking about connection. Mother connect more and the father less connection. No Wi-Fi. Subhanallah. No Wi-Fi. Now, because connections goes beyond words. Connections go beyond words. What we say account to only 7%. How the way we say accounts for 38%. And what they see accounts for 55%. Which means more than 93% of our communications is through a non-verbal communications. Our body language and the way we say it. For example, do you know the most famous 3-letter words in the world? The most famous 3-letter words in the world? No, ABC. No, I'm just joking. No, there is this universal words. Okay, this universal that always people will always proclaim. I love you. Wait, I will use 3 different voice modulation and you give me your response, okay? Number 1, I love you. Number 2, I love you. Number 3, I love you. Number 1, how do you feel? Serious from the heart, huh? MashaAllah. You feel love, huh? Alhamdulillah. Number 2, it's like a bit reluctance, right? Number 3, you are being forced to say it. Same words, but different style of saying something will bring different meaning. And sometimes we don't care about how we say something. Islam have the truth, but if let's say it's being presented in a way that do not befit the truth of Islam, we do not package it nicely, we do not say it nicely, we preach very harsh, people will not accept Islam. Look at Quran in Surah Al-Imran chapter 3 verse 159. Allah says, if it's not because you are gentle to them, they will run away from you. So voice modulation, for example, if you want to talk about Jannah, to invite people to Jannah, to explain to them how beautiful is Jannah. Can anybody help me? Who would like to explain it? In order to encourage people to go to Jannah. Beautiful. Okay, how do you say it? It's like now you're going to explain to people how Jannah look like. Now, the beauty of Jannah, how?
There is something you've never seen before or desired.
Okay, quote the hadith. Never mind. Just the way you see it. The same hadith is something that the eye never see. I was just quote the hadith. It's something that your eye never see, your ear never hear, alright, and your mind never imagine. You cannot imagine that. Now, put it in such a nice way that when people listen to you, it's like, oh, I want to be there. Try.
Just like the harakat thing, ready?
To make it harakat longer. Everything harakat longer. Your eye never see. Come.
What am I supposed to do?
You are supposed to put it in a nice way to entice all of us to go to Jannah. That make us want to go to Jannah now.
Paradise.
Pardon, sister? Switzerland. She is using the visual type of learning. Oh, with Switzerland, mashallah. Something that can imagine. Now, put it in such a nice way. Anybody want to try? Yes, brother.
Rivers of honey and milk, eternal life in Jannah.
No, how are you going to convey to all of us here? So that, we are going through, you see, just now we say, remember, AEE, accept, explore, and excited. They should accept us, our ideas, and then they should explore. How to make them explore the experience with us. The experience that you're going to share. Of course, this is not a public speaking, no, but this is something that, inshallah, if we improve it, it will become better. Come, try. I give you the mic. Yes, just try to, talk to us that, how Jannah look like. How to express it. Okay. I give you something more simple. I give you something easier. That you have patronized a restaurant and the food is so nice. And you want to invite others and you want to convince others to go. Easier, right? This is easier, right?
Yeah, because the restaurant, we know what's there, like we know the feeling.
Then how the Prophet ﷺ conveyed the paradise that people want to go? Now do you want to go to paradise?
Of course.
Why do you want to go?
Well, because eternal life.
Because when you are reading the hadith, that person, you are imagining, you are exploring that experience. You are not there because we have not been there. But you are imagining, you are experiencing that things. Now let's talk about the food. Who wants to try the food? Okay. No, fantastic food. You must elaborate about the food. You must talk about, let's try how you're going to entice all of us that, Brother Fidos, we should stop our da'wah training now and let's go. Nobody had to try. Okay, I'll give to you.
Most beautiful gardens. Where
I'm talking about food.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
where you have the similar pomegranate and great fruits which you will enjoy and you relish and you would like to live there forever.
Do you want to go to this place?
No.
It seems like the pomegranate is not there. Yeah. Okay.
For the food, restaurant.
Yeah, the restaurant. How do you entice me to go now? All of us to go now.
So tasty. I mean, I cannot explain to you how tasty it was. You have to try it first.
Do you want to go? He just tell us it's so tasty. There's no words to describe. You have to go for it. But the problem is he didn't even tell us what food is that. Do you want to go to a restaurant that you do not know what food they serve?
There's a new restaurant open and the food is free there. I'll have a try.
Okay, you have a try. Come. Okay, over there first.
You want to Jannah or restaurant?
No, whichever. I want to go Jannah, but I want to go to Jannah after I have the restaurant.
I will say to my colleagues like I would like to inform you or tell you, that I have read something about the Jannah. Jannah is a very nice place, and it's all people will, the people who do the good deeds, they will go to the Jannah, and in the Jannah there are a lot of things, like all people will be in a young age, the environment, the Jannah is very pleasant, like after Fajr.
After Fajr.
And a lot of
this, I know I have made an effort to be saved from the hellfire. That is my motivation. Maybe your motivation of doing da'wah is that so you will go to Jannah Firdaus. But nothing wrong about it.
Just hold on, I have to put on this. It's for the benefit of a larger audience. Few thousand people is watching it live. So that's why they will zoom into your face too. Alhamdulillah. So you get this idea. Remember this, to stay away from and to get closer to something. I4 and E4. So many terms. Huh? I4 and E4. I4 is internal frame of mind and E4 is external frame of mind. Some people change because of themselves. Some people change because of others. Because for a reason which is external. For example, if we keep on talking to someone who changed, their mindset is I4. Their attitude is I4, internal frame of mind. They will not change because of others. So if we keep on telling them, you know, there's so many Christians become a Muslim. There's so many Christians become a Muslim. They will say, so what? They become Muslim, so what? This is one way. So internal frame of mind means they would only make decisions just because they want it. You don't have to tell them what other people do. But external frame of mind are those people who will do something because of they are afraid of what other people think about them. Sometimes, those people like we ourselves, the clothes that we wear, then the car that we drive, and the kind of food that we eat, and the place that we frequent, look at this. Do we go to that place and do we drive that kind of car? Do we wear that kind of clothes? Because of I4 or E4? It can be both. Some of us might be I4, betul? Right? Betul is right lah. I'm teaching you some Malay. Some of us wear the clothes that we are wearing now because of internal frame of mind, because I decide so, not because of what other people wear around me. But some people, they wear whatever they are wearing now because of the external. So internal and external, the way we use our words is completely different. The same thing if we are teaching our kids. I will be relating to our life as well. When we are teaching our kids, we keep on telling our kids and comparing them. You know what other people, children are doing? They achieve this, they achieve that. What they will answer us? This is them. It's not me. It's not about me. You see, he's laughing as well. Huh? Correct? Huh? He agree with me. So we must understand. But how to understand this? Again, connection. Get closer to them. It will improve your efficiency in doing da'wah, inshallah. Now, we are starting the IDAR system, because according to a research and studies, our attention span during a meeting should not be more than 1 hour. That is maximum. Because the moment you go to up to 1 hour and the next moment, the attention will drop. I would rather to have you to focus rather than sitting here, but you can't focus anymore. So 5 minutes will be good, right? Yeah? Exactly 5 minutes, we will resume and we will talk about the IDAR system in Da'wah Dialogue. Salah je, macam mana?
Sekarang kita macam mana? Kita tak berdakwah. 2:30 kita ada answer prayer. So kita berhenti sekarang sekejap. Boleh habis teknik ni?
Saya cuba, saya usaha. Sebab yang ni pun
Q&A ni bukan banyak soalan. Lagi soalan.
dakwah teknik ni saya sambung guna Q&A lah.
Thank you, brother.
Jazakallah khair.
So, ni question yang lagi ni.
Tadi ada orang datang bagi duit sikit.
Bagus. Ambil. Saya pun dapat kan? Dapat banyak juga.
Apa saya ada air?
Tak ada juga dia.
Kayaknya
Tadi macam ni nak jumpa seorang Chinese lady.
Ya.
Bila
Pukul 5 habis maghrib nanti.
Besok ada. Okay.
Ha?
Besok ada apa-apa program
Tak ada. So far tak ada. Ada nak pergi mana?
Ada seorang my friend, my colleague, dia convert.
Okay.
Dah 1 plus lah. Lepas tu gaduh dengan family.
Kalau nak jumpa malam ni pun boleh, tapi lepas jumpa dengan Chinese lady tu.
Besok dia nak casual leave besok 2 hari.
Okay.
So
Boleh kot?
Boleh.
Boleh.
Dia free besok lah.
Sebab saya balik pun, saya pergi ke Bahrain pun hari Isnin.
Isnin.
Boleh je. Sebab mungkin esok Haji Tajul dia ada arrange some appointment untuk saya. Okay, jazakallah khair. Boleh ke?
Nanti saya
Esok boleh. Esok definitely boleh.
Dah lead to family problem lah. Nak minta dia kat office pun diserabut macam tu kan.
Boleh. Kalau nak datang jumpa malam ni boleh, nak jumpa pagi esok pun boleh. Nak jumpa maksudnya esok lepas maghrib pun boleh. Anytime.
Dia punya location hotel, dekat hotel kat mana?
Ritash Al-Arayan.
Dekat city center tu ke?
Okay. Haji Farus.
Rumah dia pun dekat situ.
Boleh. Yes. Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi washabbihi ajmain. Amma ba'd. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wa hlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. I love to use acronym. Because by using acronym, it is easier for people to understand and to retain in their mind. Like for example, if I use Aidar, at least you know Aidar, right? But for the brothers, you have to be very careful. Don't keep on mentioning Aidar at home. You know what I mean? Yeah, you will get yourself into trouble. Don't do that. Okay? But Aidar generally by us, Aidar, okay, attention, interest, desire, action, and retention. Immediately you can remember. Right? Like for example, when I'm given a chance and opportunity to talk about Islam, but I only being given 15 minutes or 20 minutes, sometimes how to present Islam, how to present the purpose of life, just in 10-15 minutes. So sometimes I just use acronym. I say, okay, I would like to use Islam. ISLAM. What do you mean by ISLAM? Number 1 is I. Life is a ibadah. That is the purpose. Okay. Then S. This ibadah mean in submission. Then S. I, S. L. By you submit to the will of God, by you follow the command of God, I say you will liberate yourself. So it's L. Liberations. So I say N. Liberate what? By us focusing our purpose of life to the akhirah by using this dunya. So A. So what is M then? M is moderation. So from there people easy to follow. ISLAM. I is for ibadah. S is for submission. L is for liberations. A is for akhirah. And M is for moderation. Is it easier for people to follow that? Yes. And then in the end, I use Islam. ISLAM, it also can mean I should love all mankind. And jazakumullah khairan, settle. I close it. So, acronym is always very good as a form of da'wah to present to a large group. People easily retain that. Now we go for attention. How to get their attention? The first thing is that in our da'wah is to get their attention to listen to us, right? The same thing when it comes to street da'wah, the same thing when you come to mosque tour, the same thing, how to create the interest from our friends, from our neighbors, from our colleagues to talk about religion. Because in general, people don't talk about religion. So we go for initiation. Initiate a dialogue. Previously, I have mentioned about way of initiate a dialogue. Let's look back into these notes, inshallah. You still remember the way how we initiate the dialogue by apologizing to our friends, to our neighbors, to our colleagues? Still remember that? Yes, good. And in da'wah, one of the things is that no demand, no supply. No demand, no supply. But then if forever no demand, forever no supply. If that is the way that we do business, what's going to happen to our business down the road? Close down. Exactly. So what we do is that no demand, no supply, yes, is correct. But we need to create the demand. how to create the demand in a very simple way. Just now we apologize to our friend, but this time we use a different way. We have a Hindu friend, we have a Christian friend. Oh yes, and Christmas is coming soon. So we can ask them, Mary, again, why do I always mention the name of Mary? No, it's not my wife, sorry. It's my friend's wife. Mary is Mother Mary, okay? Don't get me wrong. So Mary or Peter, do you mind to share with me a bit about, what is Christmas is all about? Ask them something, by asking question. To initiate a dialogue, one of the technique is to ask question. This is to our friends, yeah? Ask them a question. What is Christmas? Do you mind to share with me the history of Christmas? Do you think they will be happy to share with you? Yes, they will have to. So, after they share, you have a lot of things that you can ask them, but always remember, ask them something very simple and very easy. Don't ask them the Council of Nicaea 328, the Council of Constantinople 381. No, don't ask that. They might not know. Because most of the Muslims also don't even know the Caliphate, from when to when, and what they have done. So what we do is that we ask them something very simple. Oh, what is Christmas? Oh, by the way, what is Easter? What is the relationship with Good Friday and Easter? And what is the relationship between you ask to know more. Then what is the relation between the egg? Why whenever there is an Easter, there is an egg? Then, oh, who is Santa Claus, by the way? Oh, by the way, what do you believe in? Ask them something simple. Oh, by the way, where do you get the book, the name Bible? Don't argue. Don't say, no, that is not the way how you think. No, you are asking them, listen. After some time, you keep on asking how he will feel. How they will feel? They will feel important, and then they will feel tired also to keep on answering you, right? What they will do then? What they will do next? They will have this mindset, is that you've been asking, in their heart, you've been asking me so much of questions. So tired. Now it's my turn to ask you. So they will ask, why you Muslim keep the beard? Why you grow the beard?
Why are you married for?
No, why do you grow the beard? You know how to answer that? No, the simple answer is, sorry, I don't go to any center to plant a beard there. It just grow by itself. Yeah, right? Do you grow your beard, by the way? It just grow by itself, right? You know what does it mean by grow? Grow means you really go and plant it and grow it. I didn't grow my beard. The beard didn't grow by itself. It's just that I don't cut it. We must know how to, have a like moment during our da'wah. Don't be so serious. Yeah, we keep our beard because we want to follow our Prophet Muhammad. Next question. Da'wah is not like that. Da'wah should be something very fun. You are inviting people to Islam. It should be fun. It should be casual. Should not be, oh, yes, next question please. No, it's not like that. Then they will keep on asking you, oh, why do you grow your beard? Oh, why do you pray 5 times a day? Oh, why you can't do this? Why you can't do that? Oh, yeah, by the way, why there's no, intermingling? Oh, yes, why do you women wear abaya? Oh, why some wear niqab? Why some don't wear? Why? A lot of why. Right? Have you created the demand then? You have created the demand. You are preaching, but they don't feel that you are preaching. There is one. Asking question. Create the demand. Okay? Number 2. Also by asking question, but rather than wait patiently for them to ask you a question, sometimes it might take years. What we do is that, when we ask them about, oh, by the way, what is your belief? What is the book says about God? Can you share with me about what your book says about God? Then they will say, oh, in our book it says, in John 3:16, for God so loved the world that He sent His only begotten Son. Whosoever believe in Him, he will never die and he will never perish and have an everlasting life. We do not believe in 3 God. In the first episode, chapter number 5, first episode of John, chapter number 5, verse number 7. For there is three who bear witness in the heaven, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. It's not three, but it's one. But basically, we as a Christian, we don't believe God is three. We believe God is one. Whatever they say. If they say this, what do? We do not have to refute them. Sometimes we focus so much on refuting people's opinion, we refute their answer. Don't focus on refuting. Focus on looking for similarity to deliver the message. What do when they say, oh, we believe in God, we believe in one God. Even they say, oh, we believe in 100 of God. Like Shintoism, they believe in a lot of goddess and God. Okay? What we do, oh, you believe in God. Hey, we as a Muslim. Now, you build on the similarity. The moment after they have answered you, you go and share with them. This is initiate. I will be talking about sharing shortly. Initiate is that ask them a questions, let them share, and then move forward. Or you can ask a questions like, oh, like just now there are some brothers who give me an answer and say, and you can directly ask them, what do you know about Islam? But try not to ask these two direct questions. What do you know about Islam? It's like somebody will come to you, what do you know about what do you know about Christian? What do you know about Hindus? Do we feel comfortable? No, right? Yes. So, we can ask them, hey, what is your opinion about, Muslim? What is your opinion? Ask opinion. Don't ask them what do they know about Islam or Muslim, but ask them about their opinion, because opinion cannot be right, cannot be wrong. We just want them to start talking to us, to start to build the trust, to start to communicate, and then eventually we have the opportunity to connect with them. This is initiate. Initiate can be just simple, but we have to try it. Some of you might think, Brother Fidaus, for you it's easy, but for us it's difficult. Trust me, it's easy. You just have to do it. The thing that makes it difficult is because we have a mental block that we think, I can't. It's impossible. Rather than saying impossible, use the impossible and put one apostrophe and put a space in between I am and then put a space between that. It will become I'm possible. Impossible, the I am, you put a space and then possible. The I am, you put one apostrophe, it will become I'm possible. Very simple, right? I just add on one and move one. That's it. We just have to move. If we don't move, I can tell you, it's just very easy to withdraw the money. You just go to the ATM, you put in your ATM card, and then you key in your PIN, and then you press how much you want, and then you come out. No, brother, it's so difficult. You know why difficult? Because we don't even want to start. Just start it first. You will have some stumbling block. There were some objections, there were some challenges. But then eventually, when you get used to it, it's fine. Think about the first day you learn how to drive your car. When we are young, we're looking at the elderly driving the car. We were like, how on earth they can drive car? They have eyes looking in front, and then their hand on the steering, and then the leg have to press the pedal, and then on one leg they have to press this, and then the left. It seems like every moment, every limbs of us, we have to operate something. How can we coordinate? There is something in our mind that so difficult. Do you have that kind of experience when you are young? Before you start to drive, I have that kind of experience. Looking at somebody drive, I say, I don't. Actually, after we learn how to drive, is it easy? Now you can even drive without your hand, just by putting your leg there. You even have Tesla now that you don't have to drive, right? It becomes so easy because why? Of course, all of us, we have a moment where our engine die off while we are going uphill. We have that kind of moment, but then now we become the expert. The same thing. Start doing da'wah. Rome was not built one day. And there's a saying in the Chinese by Lao Tzu, the founder of Taoism. He said, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with the first step. And today you have not only started the first step. Today, by attending this 2 days course, you have already started 100 steps. More than that, inshallah. Now, initiate. Next, we go for sharing. We have get their attention to talk to us. Good. Now, We have to create their interest. How to create their interest is by giving more information. Some people, they say, you Muslim have no principle. They say, sometimes you don't have principle. Like me, after I become a Muslim for the first 6 years, I don't go home and eat with my family. I don't go home. Why? Because I'm being told by my friends who is a Muslim, they say, you cannot go back and have dinner with your family. And some of them even say, you cannot even touch the hand of your parents. Why? Because your parents touch the pork and they might not clean it properly. So if you touch their hand, they don't wash it properly, and you don't wash it properly, your salah will not be accepted. Crazy, right? Yes, a lot of crazy things happen around the world. Okay? Fine. Then after that, I start to learn, 2011. This is just my stories. 2005 to 2011, being a Muslim for the first 6 years, I don't even know Pillar of Islam, I don't even know Articles of Faith. Only starting 2011, which is 6 years back, I start to learn. That is after I met Sheikh Husseini. I started to learn and I think, hey, this is not what my friend has told me. So I start to go home and eat together with my family, of course, with halal food, halal chicken, you know, touching them and so on and so forth. There's so much different. And my mom started to question me, why you are different now? Do you thinking of leaving the religion? Because it's stark contrast. They say, no. Why you change your principle? I say, I don't change principle. It's just that I have more information and I make new decision. The same thing to our prospect is that we cannot convince them, we cannot convert them. Some people, they do not want to become a Muslim because you are the one who talk to them about Islam. They do not want to buy something because somebody is selling them. They don't want to have that kind of feeling that they're being sold. It's like us going to a supermarket or to a boutique. A promoter is following us. What do? We ask them, please leave us alone. Right? Because we don't have that kind of feeling. So the same thing, when it comes to interest, what we need to do is that we have to give them more information. This is my stand. Give them more information in order for them to make new decisions. What is the difference between give them more information so they change their decision and give them more information and make new decision? Again, a lot of thinking, yeah? Very tiring. I know that. Now, if we tell them that, you know, you change your decision, it's like we are trying to tell them that your previous decision is wrong. But if I ask him, I give him more information to make a new decision, I am implying to him that his decision, his previous decision is correct. But now he is also making a correct decision. Because people, as a person, as a human being, we don't like to be seen that we have no principle. Whenever we buy something, sometimes we know after we bought that stuff, we regret for buying it, right? Do you like people to pinpoint that how stupid we are for buying that stuff? I told you, right? You're not supposed to buy this. Do you like this? No. But this is most of the time what happened. I told you, you're not supposed to buy this. I told you, he is a liar. I told you. No, we don't do that. In Da'wah, we give them more information to create the interest for them to make new decisions. Today, your thinking might be this way because of due to limitation. Just like Imam Shafi'i rahimahullah. He have Qaul Qadim and Qaul Jadid. He have the previous fatwa and the new fatwa. Did he change his principle? No, his principle remained the same, which is he followed the truth. Why did Imam Shafi'i rahimahullah, he changed from Qaul Qadim to Qaul Jadid? Because he have more information, right? Exactly. Yep. So what we do is that the fatwa that he have in Baghdad and the fatwa that he have in Egypt is two different things. Which means we give them more information to create their interest. But of course, the way we deliver it should be interesting too. Now, sharing, what do we share? Targhib and tarhib, to entice and to warn, the motivations that we are talking about, two types of motivations. It should be balanced. Don't keep on talking about Jannah, 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 but no neraka, no hellfire. Ibn Qayyim, rahimahullah, he beautifully said, he said, al-khawf and ar-raja, hope and fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is like a wing on a bird. It should be balanced. If you have too much hope that Allah will forgive your sin and make you continue to sin, which is not good. Of course, Allah will forgive you. But too much fear to Allah about Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that make you distant away from Allah is also not good. You should have hope, but also in the same time, you should have fear. This is balance. Targhib and tarhib, motivation. It should be in the form of dialogue, never a monologue. Sharing information. Do not assume everyone needs and wants to know about what we know. Just how we mentioned, right? Do not go and dig our own grave by telling them, you know what, some people is asking about this. Some people is saying about this about Islam. But basically, those of you who are involved in da'wah, how many times do you encounter very difficult questions? Or is it, most of it is just a common question? Common questions, right? How many has been asked about ahruf, about the 7 language, the 7 recitations of the Quran? How many of you have been asked about that? No, right? How many of you have been asked about awal, about the faraid in Islam? No, right? How many of you have been asked about nasik and masuk? Pardon? Targhib and tarhib, thank you, jazakallah khair. Targhib and tarhib mean to entice. To entice means to give them reward, to tell them the reward. Tarhib means to stay away, to warn them, to give them warning. It's just like related to the motivations. Some people, if you tell them, if you do this, I give you $1. Some people will move and do it. But some people, you tell them, if you don't do this, I will take $1 from your account. It's still $1, but the way you say it, some they're afraid of losing $1 compared to another additional $1. Targhib, to entice, which means about positive. You know, if you become Muslim, you will have this, you will have Jannah, you will have peace, you will do this, you will do that, you will do this, you will have all these benefits. Keep on talking about it. Yes, encourage them. Yes, to encourage them. But then when they come to tarhib, to warn them, it's like telling them, you know what, brother? You watch the video of Alf. Alf, before he took his shahada, he said, now you have given me more information about Islam that I have ever received all this while, which means I cannot pay ignorance to it. Because if I do not accept Islam today, as you say, I will be going to the hellfire, and I don't want to go there. His motivation is what? Fear. It's not because he wants to go to Jannah really. So, because of fear. So then, we can tell them, of course, balance, yeah? We can tell them, you know, after I explain it to you, I just have to share with you. According to the Islamic belief, whenever someone has been told, has been preached about the message of Islam, but yet they do not become a Muslim, they do not submit to the will of God, we must always use this. According to the teaching of Islam, that particular person, he will go to hellfire and he will be burned forever. They cannot blame you. They cannot say, you are wrong. How can you say I'm going to hellfire? No, I'm not saying you are going to hellfire. What time is the azan now? Oh, now is the azan, huh? We break immediately, right? Oh, 20 minutes, mashallah. Okay, we wait for the, okay. No azan yet, right? Okay, good. Yes. Doing da'wah, remove obstacle. Remove obstacle means that whatever then can disrupt your da'wah, the flow of da'wah, remove it, silent the phone. There's one of it. Okay. Where are we just now? Yes, to warn. Where did I say just now? I know I'm talking about tarhib. You see, suddenly I lost now. Yes, hellfire.
Not accepting the message.
Yes. Because they cannot blame us by saying, how can you say the non-Muslim will be going to hell? No, no, this is not what I say. I'm conveying to you what God says in the Quran according to the Islamic belief. You cannot say whatever I say based on the Islamic perspective is wrong. If you do not believe in it, it's up to you. But this is what we believe. I'm just sharing this belief with you. Am I wrong? No. I'm not wrong. I'm just sharing with you what the book says. So you cannot get angry with me. You get what I mean? Targhib and tarhib. To encourage and to warn them. Dialogue, do not assume. Sharing, not preaching. Which session do you like the most? When I start to preach or when I start to share about stories? Do you still remember the scholars that I mentioned the name yesterday? Sayyid Ibn Musayyib. What was his student name? Abdullah Ibn Wada'ah. You still remember the storyline? Why do you remember the storyline? Because number one, accept us, accept the idea, bring you to explore the experience, explore the content. You feel like just like this brother mentioned just now when he narrated to you about Jannah. MashaAllah. You are going along the journey. So yesterday when we talk about Abdullah ibn Wada'ah and Sayyid ibn Musayyib, with all the sound effect, and Sayyid ibn Musayyib knocked on his door. You know, kinesthetic, auditory, visual, everything involved in it, and you will get it. And because this is something we are talking about, we share. When we share, it's always good. But don't be preachy. Sometimes we are too preachy. You know, I want to talk to you about Islam, brother. Give me 5 minutes. No. Sharing. What do we have in English? There is a word that say, sharing is caring. But oversharing is daring. Sharing is caring. Oversharing is daring. Sharing is caring. Oversharing is daring. This is applicable to the social media. Sharing is always caring. But you overshare too much in social media, it's too daring. Okay. Sharing. We go for desire. Conclusion. This step is a bit faster, but inshallah, this is a process driven. As mentioned yesterday as well, during this 2-day da'wah training, I'm more focusing on the soft skill and the technique, and I will not focus too much on answering questions, a very specific question, unless required during the Q&A later. Because I have a belief that you can get this kind of information out there. But what I want to share with you is about how to deliver that message. So whatever that you have learned out there, through reading, through watching YouTube, through attending lectures, if you put back into this system, it will generate a good output. But we must know how to use this technique. The same fish and the same chicken given to 2 different people, one know how to cook and one do not know how to cook. You give the same recipe as well, the result and the taste will be different too. And we want everyone to have the skill to cook, everyone to have the skill to deliver. And just now, somebody, I'm not going to name them, came to me, is it possible that we just do our da'wah bilhal, you know, through our characters? Yes, you can do da'wah bilhal, but think about this. Doing da'wah bilhal itself, it is not sufficient. We must also follow up with da'wah bilisan. Why? Do you know about Shintoism, about the Japanese people? They are very disciplined, right? Their akhlaq is superb, right? Do we have like, come across our mind that we want to become a Japanese, a Shintoism? No. Let's think about it. Azan first. MashaAllah. Just now we talk about, do you really come across your mind that you want to embrace the religion of the Japanese? No. Why not? They have a good akhlaq. Why not? Number one, they have never shared. How many of us know what is the akidah of the Shinto? We don't even know. But having good manners means that you only will praise that particular person for their good manners and their good akhlaq, right? But that doesn't mean that you want to join what kind of religion or belief they are. One of the key reasons is that because they do not share with you their belief. Yes? Because majority of us do not know what is the religion, what is the belief of Shinto. We do not know. We do not really easily become a Muslim just because a good akhlaq. Of course, good akhlaq play a key role. But the point is, having a good akhlaq, then we should also share with them, share with them about Islam. Share only. That's why the Prophet ﷺ, he always follow up with da'wah. We always follow with bilisan. If people is praising you, if praising us, mashallah, wow, you Muslim are very good, very punctual. How will you respond? You will respond, well, I'm good, I know I'm good. You are very clean. Yeah, I know, I've been brought up this way, man. Do you do that? You're very disciplined. Yes, you know, I'm like that. It's me, it's all about me. No. This is another taqwa technique that we call the sponsor. You know, like when you watch a live telecast, what they will have? This live broadcast is brought to you by, right? This live broadcast is brought to you by telecast. Whatever it is, you just name it, right? When people praise us, praise our attitude and our characters. Do not give the credit to ourselves, to our family, to our tribe, to our race, to our country. Who do we give credit to? We say, whenever they praise us, wow, you have such a good manners. This manners is brought to you by Islam. You are such a disciplined person. This discipline is brought to you by Islam. Yeah, when people keep on praising you, we should give the credit back to Islam. This will always make them think, it's like, for example, people ask us, why you Muslim do this, why you Muslim do that? Oh, because Allah command. Simple and easy. We do this because Allah asks us to do. Why do you do this? Because Allah asks us to do. Why do you do not take this pork? Because Allah forbid us. Why do you do not take alcohol? Because Allah say we can't take. Just very short answer. Eventually they will come to a point and ask, why every time I ask you why you do this, you will say Allah asks you? Why I ask you why you can't do this, you will say Allah doesn't allow you? Why when Allah say you must do? Right? Then you start to explain more. You have just created more opportunity to talk further with them. Always go with the shortest answer. Don't go with the lengthy answer. You know what? You know, according to science, you know, pork have this, how many virus? Don't start that. Start with the most simple and the easiest and the shortest answer. Yes or no. Can you do this? No. When our children come to us and say, Mom, we know we are not going to allow them to do this. So, Mom, can I do this? What is our immediate answer? No. Do we explain first by saying, when our children ask us, Mom, can I do this? You know what? You know the implications of doing this? You know how dangerous is this? So my answer to you is no. Do we do that? No. Whenever we answer our children, no. The next question, follow-up question from our children, what will they ask? Why? Always start with a close-ended and proceed subsequently with the open-ended question. Yes or no, can or cannot. After that, they will ask why. Same thing, during dawah is said, why you Muslim can't do this? Because Allah said cannot. Why you Muslim do this? Because Allah says so. Why? Very boring, only yes or no. Allah. Then they will ask, why when Allah say you must follow? Now you can explain further. Go with the shortest first. Okay? Don't try to go very philosophical and a very lengthy answer. Now, conclusion is that we must end the talk. We must end our sharing. After we have shared, this session, the sharing session might last for a few years. What I'm sharing with you now might just be for a few hours, but your da'wah session might go on for a few years. Sometimes it took years. You know, like Abu Sufyan, it took him really like 18 years, 18, 19 years. Yes, 19 years. Before he became a Muslim. 20, 22 years, yes. Before he became Muslim. It's so long. So the same thing, but it should come to a conclusion. What should we do when it comes to conclusion? Conclusion is that, first and foremost, praise them and say, MashaAllah. Of course, please translate the terms MashaAllah. Okay? So say, I feel so happy to have you as my friends. Because you are so open to talk about religion and we have a lot of good exchange. We are heading towards the conclusion. Because this conclusion will go to the closing and invitation. Then we ask them one key question. Do you have anything else that you want to ask me about Islam? One line. Do you have anything else that you want to ask me about Islam? The answer can be yes or no. If let's say they answer yes, what do? Go back to sharing. Answer their question. If let's say they answer no, they have nothing else to ask you, we go for this. We want to invite them. We want to call them to action. The camera is ready. The crew is ready. The lighting is ready. The mic is ready. The producer, the director just have to shout, action. And now it's the action time. We have shared a lot, we have to invite. Most of the time, we just share with people. It's like, you know, tomorrow I'm going to have a party in my house. I have this, I have that, I have that. I have so much of food. But then, thank you, bye-bye. We keep on telling people about what kind of food we have, how good the food is, you know, how tasty it is, but then we never invite them. Do you think sometimes this is the way how we do da'wah too? Every human being can do it. But what differentiates a good driver and a bad driver is that a good driver will know when to stop and how to stop. But a bad driver is, he just know how to press the pedal, but he do not know how to stop. And when to stop and how to stop. So the same thing with us, we have the skill to share, which is very good. But then what we need the most right after this is that, how to invite them. Now, invite them. Inshallah. How many minutes more? Another 5 minutes. Another 15 minutes. 2:54. So how many minutes do we have remain? 11 minutes to Salah. So should we break now? Okay, good. If you want to say we want to break now, good. Because this session, MashaAllah, you will like it, especially the sister. You will know why later, inshallah. Because yesterday, I don't know how many of them really go out and apply the 3 color things. So, I will see you right after Asar, inshallah. Jazakumullah khairan. Wa akhiru da'wana. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Saya dah. Saya dah sembahyang. Dah sembahyang? Saya kan jamak.
Tang ni.